can be creatively utilized in a number of ways, depending on its ingredient ratio and temperature. It can be a glaze for cakes, rolled into truffles, and piped onto cupcakes. The main difference between various forms of ganache is the proportion of cream to chocolate. Glazes will need a higher percentage of cream so that the end result is pourable. Ganache used for truffles or icing needs to be stiffer, so the chocolate percentage is higher. Base your proportions on weight. A 1-to-1 ratio means 8 ounces of chocolate to 8 ounces of cream, and this ratio is used for thick glazes and softer layer cake filling. Use a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 parts chocolate to 1 part cream. For soft icings and pourable glazes, use a 1-to-2 ratio, or 1 part chocolate to 2 parts cream. To begin, finely chop the chocolate and place it into a stainless steel bowl and set aside. Add the cream to a small saucepan over medium to low heat. Remember to keep an eye on it so that the cream does not overheat. You want this to approach a scald, but you don't want this to boil. When the cream is approaching a scald, pour it over the chopped chocolate in the bowl. Allow the mixture to rest for a few minutes as the chocolate melts. Resist the temptation to stir it as the cream should dissolve the chocolate. This will result in a smoother texture. After resting, gently stir the mixture with a wooden spoon or spatula until it's fully incorporated. Don't use a whisk because this will incorporate unwanted air into the ganache and it will alter the texture. If you want to add more shine to your glaze, you can add in a tablespoon of light corn syrup or melted butter. Be sure to capture all the cream around the edges as you're folding it in so you don't see any streaks in the ganache. Allow the ganache to cool to the desired working temperature for your product. When using your ganache, the temperature still plays a big role. A still warm glaze will pour and set beautifully over a cake, but if it's too warm, it may just run off the sides. If it's too cool, it will stiffen and it won't pour at all. By contrast, a firm ganache for making truffles needs to cool until it's thick enough to roll into balls, but if it's too cool, it will be stiff and difficult to roll. You can always gently reheat a cool ganache over a double boiler on low heat, stirring it until it reaches the desired temperature. Chocolate ganache has numerous applications because of the different forms it can take. Everything from glazes, truffles, and icings on cupcakes can all be done from the same base technique. Mastering a good ganache can distinguish whatever dessert you make to become luxurious and impressive.